Have you ever reacted to something and later thought, why did I do that? Maybe you overreacted, avoided something small, or felt fear in a situation that wasn't actually dangerous. It might feel irrational, but there's a reason behind it. Your brain wasn't built for the modern world. It was built for survival thousands of years ago. Back then, every instinct had a purpose. Every reaction helped humans stay alive in a much harsher environment. The problem is, the world has changed much faster than our brains have. So today, many of our natural instincts are outdated. They still exist, they still influence our behavior, but they don't always make sense anymore. Let's take a look at some of these instincts and why they can feel so confusing today. The first one is our fear of rejection. In modern life, rejection might mean someone doesn't reply to your message, you don't get a job, or someone doesn't like you. It feels uncomfortable, sometimes even painful, but it's not life-threatening. However, your brain treats it like it is. Thousands of years ago, being rejected by your group could mean being left alone without protection, food, or support. Survival depended on belonging, so your brain evolved to treat rejection as a serious danger. That's why even small social situations can trigger anxiety. Your mind is trying to protect you from something that used to be deadly, even though today it's just part of normal life. The second instinct is our craving for sugar and high-calorie food. In the past, food wasn't always available. High-calorie foods like fruits or fat-rich meals were rare and valuable, so when humans found them, it made sense to eat as much as possible. Your brain rewarded this behavior by making those foods taste incredibly good. Fast forward to today, and those same foods are everywhere. Sugar, processed snacks, and high-calorie meals are easily available all the time, but your brain hasn't adjusted. It still pushes you to crave them as if they're rare and necessary. That's why resisting unhealthy food can feel so difficult. It's not just about willpower, it's about biology. The third instinct is our tendency to avoid uncertainty. Humans like predictability. We prefer knowing what's going to happen rather than dealing with the unknown. Even when the known situation isn't great, it often feels safer than uncertainty. This instinct comes from survival. In the past, unknown situations could mean danger. A new environment, a strange sound, or an unfamiliar person could be a threat. So the brain learned to be cautious. Today, this instinct shows up in different ways. People stay in unfulfilling jobs, avoid new opportunities, or hesitate to make changes. Not because those choices are better, but because they feel safer. The brain isn't always choosing what's best, it's choosing what feels less risky. The fourth instinct is our constant comparison with others. You might compare your success, appearance, lifestyle, or progress to people around you, and most of the time, it doesn't make you feel better. But this instinct has deep roots. In early human societies, understanding your position in a group was important. It helped you navigate relationships, access resources, and avoid conflict. Being aware of others gave you an advantage. Today, that same instinct is amplified by social media. Instead of comparing yourself to a small group, you're comparing yourself to thousands of people at once. And worse, you're often comparing your real life to carefully edited versions of theirs. This constant comparison creates pressure, dissatisfaction, and the feeling that you're falling behind even when you're doing fine. The fifth instinct is our negativity bias. Have you ever noticed how one negative comment can stick with you longer than 10 positive ones? Or how your mind quickly focuses on what could go wrong instead of what could go right? That's not coincidence, it's how your brain is designed. In the past, paying attention to negative information was crucial for survival. Missing a threat could have serious consequences, while missing something positive usually wasn't as dangerous. So the brain became wired to prioritize negative experiences. Even today, this bias remains. Your mind naturally scans for problems, risks, and potential threats. While this can sometimes be helpful, it often leads to unnecessary stress and overthinking in modern life. These instincts aren't broken. they're just outdated. They were designed for a world where survival was uncertain and danger was everywhere. But in today's environment, they can create confusion, anxiety, and habits that don't always serve us. The sixth instinct is our desire for immediate rewards. Humans are naturally drawn to things that give quick satisfaction. Whether it's scrolling through your phone, eating something tasty, or putting off a difficult task, your brain tends to choose what feels good right now over what's better in the long run. This instinct comes from a time when the future was uncertain. Early humans couldn't always rely on long-term plans because survival depended on the present moment. If food was available, you ate it. If you had energy, you used it. Waiting didn't always make sense back then. But today, many of the most important rewards in life require patience. Building a career, maintaining health, developing skills, and creating meaningful relationships all take time. The problem is, your brain still prefers instant results. That's why procrastination, distractions, and short-term decisions feel so tempting, even when you know they're not helpful. The seventh instinct is our tendency to follow the crowd. Humans are social by nature. In the past, sticking with a group increased your chances of survival. If everyone ran, you ran. If everyone avoided something, you avoided it too. Going against the group could be risky. So your brain developed a strong tendency to conform. It feels safer to agree, to fit in, and to follow what others are doing. In modern life, this instinct shows up in subtle ways. People follow trends, adopt popular opinions, or make decisions based on what others expect rather than what they truly want. This isn't always bad. Social learning can be helpful, but it can also lead you away from your own path. You might choose a career, lifestyle, or goal simply because it's considered normal, not because it's right for you. The eighth instinct is our fear of missing out. This is closely connected to our need for belonging. In early human history, being excluded from opportunities, whether it was food, shelter, or group activities, could reduce your chances of survival. So your brain became sensitive to the idea of missing out. Today, this instinct shows up as FOMO, the fear of missing out on experiences, opportunities, or social events. You might feel pressure to say yes to everything, stay constantly connected, or keep up with what others are doing. But instead of helping, this often creates stress and distraction. You end up spreading your time and energy too thin, chasing experiences that don't truly matter to you, just to avoid the feeling of being left out. When you step back and look at all these instincts together, a pattern becomes clear. Your brain is not designed for comfort, happiness, or long-term fulfillment. It's designed for survival. And for most of human history, that was enough. But in today's world, survival is no longer the main challenge. The challenge is living well, making thoughtful decisions, building meaningful relationships, and creating a life that feels fulfilling. And that requires something your instincts alone can provide: awareness. The goal isn't to get rid of these instincts. That's not possible. They're part of being human. But when you understand them, you gain a choice. Instead of reacting automatically, you can pause and ask yourself what's really happening. Are you avoiding something because it's dangerous, or just because it's unfamiliar? Are you making a decision because it's right for you, or because it feels safe or popular? Are you chasing something because it truly matters, or just because your brain wants a quick reward? These small moments of awareness create space between instinct and action. And in that space, you can choose differently. Over time, this changes how you live. You stop being controlled by outdated patterns and start making decisions that actually fit your current reality. Because the truth is, your instincts aren't wrong. They're just old. They were built for a world that no longer exists. And once you understand that, you stop blaming yourself for your reactions. Instead, you start working with your mind, not against it. That's where real control begins.